Let's get started with our first news. After Islam Makhachev completely dominated JDM and became a two-division champion, the MMA world exploded with reactions. The debate immediately shifted to one question: who can truly challenge him next? The community is split between two dangerous options: Kamaru Usman and Ilya. Both bring completely different threats, and both could be the one to crack the puzzle that is Islam Makhachev. Alex Volkanovski, one of the few fighters who ever pushed Islam to his limit, said he agrees that Kamaru might be the toughest matchup. He pointed out how well Kamaru performed against the middleweight champ Khamzat, showing he can still compete with the biggest and strongest guys in the sport. Volk believes Kamaru's fight IQ, power, and ability to avoid unnecessary risks make him an extremely smart and dangerous challenger for Islam. Demetrius Johnson, however, is all in on Ilya. He wants that matchup more than ever, believing Ilya's speed, power, unpredictability, and chaos would create a fight unlike anything we've seen from Islam's recent run. For him, Ilya versus Islam is the explosive showdown the fans deserve, and he wants the UFC to make it happen. Then there's Shavkat Rakhmonov, who jumped into the conversation to remind everyone that he is still the biggest problem at 170. With his size, elite wrestling, and undefeated record, he has every right to claim that he is the true threat to Islam's reign. His presence makes the division even more dangerous. Right now, Islam's next opponent is almost certainly between Kamaru and Ilya. Two completely different styles, two elite competitors, both with legitimate arguments. Ilya would still need to defend his lightweight belt at least once before moving up, but the hype is already building. The double champ era has officially begun, and the hunt to find someone who can stop Islam Makhachev is now more intense than ever. Reactions from fighters and fans keep flooding in, and everyone wants to know who gets the next shot. Move on to another news. Ali Abdelaziz has never been someone who holds back his opinions, and this time he went off on Craig Jones in a way that lit up the MMA community. While discussing JDM's performance, Ali directly blamed Craig and made it clear he believes the jiu-jitsu coach is hurting fighters more than he's helping them. His comments were blunt, emotional, and designed to send a message. Ali began by saying, "I want to say this. Craig Jones, please deport him, brother. He make guys move. He's not good for MMA." He doubled down immediately, insisting that pure jiu-jitsu techniques don't translate well to the highest level of MMA. Jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. It is not good for MMA, and I think JDM today can get so much better if he tried to get out. But his boogie choke, all this stuff, it doesn't work. For Ali, the problem isn't just the technique, it's the mindset. The over-reliance on positions that simply don't hold up when strikes, cages, and real fight pressure come into play. As the conversation continued, Ali was asked whether he felt disrespected by Craig. He didn't hesitate. He talked a lot too, the interviewer noted, hinting at the back and forth that has been brewing online. Ali responded sharply, saying, "No, he's nobody. He's a jiu-jitsu guy trying to be relevant using MMA guys." The frustration in his tone was obvious. In his view, Craig is using big MMA names to boost his own profile, that while not actually giving fighters the tools they need to succeed against elite competition. This isn't the first time Ali has taken aim at someone outside traditional MMA circles, but this particular moment struck a chord because it came right after JDM's disappointing performance. Fans debated whether Ali was being brutally honest or simply deflecting blame away from his own fighter. Either way, his message was clear. He believes the MMA world needs to focus on what works under real fight conditions, not what works in pure grappling tournaments. And he believes that coaches who don't adapt to MMA are holding fighters back, not elevating them. Ali's comments have already sparked heated reactions across social media and within the grappling community. Some agree with him completely. Others think he went too far. But one thing is certain. When Ali Abdelaziz speaks, the MMA world listens. Move on to another news. Belal Muhammad has finally shared his reaction to Islam Makhachev's dominant victory over JDM, and while he's genuinely happy for Islam, he made it absolutely clear that his full attention is locked on Ian Gary and nothing else. Belal started by congratulating Islam and praising Team Habib and Javier Mendez for securing their first double champ, calling it a massive moment for one of the most dominant teams in UFC history. He said that what they achieved is legendary status. But he also addressed fans who claimed he wasn't celebrating enough or seemed bothered by Islam's success. Belal shut that down immediately, saying, "Somebody else's success doesn't mean it's my failure." For him, everything right now revolves around his upcoming fight next weekend at UFC Vancouver. Belal emphasized that Ian Gary has been his only focus for weeks, the single target he's been preparing for with absolute commitment. He explained that while all the welterweights looked great tonight, none of that changes what he has to do. Next week is his moment. Next week is where he must perform, and next week is where he has to prove once again that he belongs at the top of the division. Belal spoke with intensity as he laid out exactly what's at stake for him. He said, "I'm still the guy at the top of this division." But he followed that with a crucial reminder. Words don't mean anything unless he delivers inside the cage. Nothing else matters unless he smashes Ian Gary. Nothing else matters unless he finishes him with a dominant, convincing performance. That, according to Belal, is the only path that keeps him in the title conversation and shows the world that he is still one of the elite threats at 170. He acknowledged Islam's greatness and said he respects everything the team has accomplished, but he refuses to let outside noise distract him from the biggest fight of his career. People can talk, fans can speculate, but Belal is laser-focused on one goal: beat Ian Gary, finish Ian Gary, and make a statement so loud that the entire welterweight division can't ignore him. For Belal Muhammad, next weekend isn't just another fight. It's a must-win moment, a chance to remind everyone that he's still here, still dangerous, and still a top contender with championship ambitions. Move on to another news. Robert Whittaker shared his thoughts on Islam Makhachev's incredible performance over JDM, and he believes Islam might actually have the ability to move all the way up to the middleweight division. After watching how effortlessly Islam controlled every second of the fight, Whittaker admitted that the idea of him competing with the bigger guys at 185 doesn't seem far-fetched anymore. He said Islam carries himself with a size, strength, and confidence that could translate surprisingly well at middleweight. Then the conversation shifted to Ilya and whether there is any chance he might move up 2 full weight divisions to challenge Islam for a 3rd belt. The idea sounds wild, but it sparked a fun discussion. Whittaker paused, thought about it, and said he wasn't sure if Ilya would ever actually go that far when he already has huge responsibilities at lightweight. But he did reflect on how impressive Islam is physically, saying again that Islam genuinely looks like someone who might be able to handle the demands of middleweight if he ever chose to go that route. As he continued, Whittaker talked about wrestlers like Islam with a kind of admiration. "They're a different breed," he said, acknowledging how fighters with that level of grappling mastery can neutralize size disadvantages better than almost anyone. That's when the hypothetical dream matchup came up, and Whittaker couldn't help but smile at the thought of it. Can you imagine Islam Makhachev versus Khamzat? He said that alone would be the kind of fight that could feed generations of fans. The idea of those two grappling heavy monsters clashing at middleweight is absolutely insane. He went on to say that such a matchup would be massive, truly one of the biggest fights combat sports could offer. And placing it in Abu Dhabi would take the atmosphere to a whole new level. The crowd, the stakes, the energy, everything would be electric. He joked that everyone involved in that card would be winning, from the fighters to the fans to the UFC itself. Whittaker's overall tone was a mix of excitement and curiosity. He wasn't predicting anything, but he made it clear that Islam's dominance opens the door to possibilities most people hadn't even considered before. With momentum on his side, skill at an all-time high, and an aura that keeps growing, Islam Makhachev stepping into the middleweight division, that doesn't seem like fantasy anymore. Move on to another news. Shawn Brady has released a heartfelt statement following his tough knockout loss to Michael Morales last night, choosing to respond with honesty, gratitude, and the mindset of a true fighter. Alongside a photo he posted on Instagram, Brady wrote that he is healthy and doing fine, immediately reassuring fans, teammates, and loved ones who were worried after the brutal finish. He acknowledged that this sport brings the highest highs and the lowest lows, but he made it clear he wouldn't trade it for anything. For Brady, mixed martial arts isn't just a career. It's the life he dreamed of long before he made it to the UFC, and he reminded everyone that no single loss will ever change that. In his message, Brady thanked his beautiful family, the people who stand by him whether he wins or loses, and he expressed deep appreciation for his team, friends, sponsors, and supporters who continue to push him forward. He emphasized how much all of that support means to him, especially during moments like this, when fighters often face criticism, doubt, or heartbreak. Instead of dwelling on the defeat, Brady chose to look at it as just another lesson on his journey, another moment that will help him grow and evolve as a competitor. He said he will be back to training sooner rather than later, promising that he will get right back on the horse and keep pushing toward the goals he still believes in. Losses like this can shape fighters in different ways. Some fold, some fade. But Brady made it clear he plans on doing the opposite. He wants to rebound stronger, come back smarter, and remind everyone why he has been considered one of the most promising talents in the welterweight division. His tone was calm, mature, and grounded, showing the kind of resilience that defines true professionals in this sport. Even after being knocked out on a big stage, Brady refused to let negativity take over. Instead, he used the moment to show character, gratitude, and determination. For fans, it was a reminder that fighters live through extreme emotional highs and devastating lows, sometimes within minutes. But Brady's message proves he is built for this life. He is ready, he is grateful, and he is already focused on the road ahead. Move on to another news. Khamzat went live immediately after UFC 322 and gave his instant reaction to Islam Makhachev capturing the welterweight belt and becoming the first Russian double champ in UFC history. What made the moment even more interesting was that this achievement had always been one of Khamzat's personal goals. He wanted badly to be the first fighter from Russia to hold belts in 2 divisions. But Islam reached that milestone before him. Despite that, Khamzat showed zero bitterness. There was no jealousy, no frustration, no negativity. Instead, the middleweight champion kept everything respectful and praised Islam for making history. During the live stream, Khamzat congratulated Islam and the entire Khabib-led team, acknowledging how massive the moment was for Russia and for their entire community. He said, "Congratulations to you guys for having the first UFC double champion from Russia. 2 weight classes, history made in the UFC. Well done." His tone carried genuine respect, showing the kind of composure and maturity fans rarely get to see during heated championship rivalries. Khamzat also praised Islam's dominance inside the octagon, calling him a machine and emphasizing how impressive his rise to double champ status has been. He noted that Islam's journey has been nothing short of spectacular, from smashing through the lightweight division to stepping up and taking out JDM with complete confidence and control. Khamzat highlighted how Islam continues to prove himself at the highest level, shutting down elite opponents and showing no signs of slowing down. Instead of focusing on the fact that Islam beat him to one of his biggest dreams, Khamzat made it clear that history like this lifts all fighters from their region. He talked about how massive it is for Russia to finally have a double champ, and how moments like this inspire the next generation of athletes. It wasn't about rivalry at that moment. It was about respect, legacy, and acknowledgement of greatness. Still, the undertone of Khamzat's message hinted at something deeper. While he celebrated Islam's achievement, fans could feel the quiet anticipation building. The idea of Khamzat eventually challenging Islam for the welterweight or middleweight belt is becoming bigger than ever. Both men are champions, both are dominant, and both have fan bases that believe in their unmatched skill sets. For now, though, Khamzat chose to celebrate rather than compete. His reaction showed class, pride, and genuine appreciation for a historic moment, leaving fans excited for what the future may bring between these 2 unstoppable forces. Move on to another news. Jon Jones is once again stirring the pot, continuing to troll Tom Aspinall on social media as their feud keeps heating up. This whole back and forth started with the controversy surrounding the eye poke incident, and instead of letting things cool down, Jones has only doubled down. Just the other day, he reposted a video on his Instagram that instantly caught the attention of the MMA world. The clip starts with Aspinall talking about the eye poke situation during his Octagon interview, expressing his frustration and explaining how it affected the fight. But the moment he finishes speaking, the video cuts straight to Jones' own Octagon interview from years ago, where he calmly tells the crowd that he has a broken foot. The message Jon was trying to send couldn't be clearer. He wanted to show that he fought through serious injuries, pushing through pain, pressure, and damage, implying that he's the tougher, more battle-tested fighter out of the 2. The timing of the post, the tone, and the edit of the video all showed classic Jon Jones behavior. Subtle but sharp trolling that immediately lights up the MMA community. Fans jumped into the comments calling it savage, while others said Jon was going too far. But for Jones, this kind of mental warfare has always been part of his game. He knows exactly how to get reactions, and he knows how to stay in control of the narrative. As the clip circulated, conversations around the heavyweight division reignited. Aspinall's supporters believe Jon is trying to avoid facing him. Jones's supporters say he's simply reminding the world of his toughness and legendary resume. Either way, the rivalry keeps growing, and the tension between the two continues to build online. And while that drama unfolds, Joe Rogan also jumped into the conversation by going off on UFC rules, adding even more energy to a situation already charged with emotion.